Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be, and a halo over her head.
Hi kids! I'm Hope the Angelfish. You know kids, there's a saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some snooty sea creatures learned this firsthand in my first adventure.
Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be, and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed, for wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. One day, Hope the Angelfish heard of a Beauty of the Sea contest that was to take place nearby. Hope had no interest in participating in the event, but was curious to see the contestants. How does one measure beauty, she thought. The first contestant Hope encountered was a manatee named Mabel. She seemed pleasant enough, so Hope approached her to speak. Hope wondered why Mabel was alone. The other contestants were huddled together in the distance. They seemed to be staring at Mabel in a peculiar way. There was an octopus wearing a fashionable hat and a pretty green fish and a seahorse. Even a dolphin displayed painted pink lips. They were whispering amongst themselves. In particular, Hope could hear the pretty green fish and innocent-looking seahorse say mean things. The two giggled, saying Mabel was too big and too ugly to win a crown in any pageant. "It doesn't bother me I am excluded from their little group," Mabel said regarding the others. "They don't like me anyway. They call me names." "How can they not like you?" Hope asked. "They don't even know you." "They call me a sea cow," Mabel explained. "They think it's a joke a sea cow would be in a beauty contest. Making fun of me makes them feel better about themselves." Hope the Angelfish was sad. Mabel seemed very nice, so why would others want to be mean to her? Hope could hear the others continue to make jokes about Mabel and was about to confront them when suddenly an announcement was made. The judge of the contest had arrived. Hope smiled widely when she saw the judge. "They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder." And the beholder had arrived. The judge was a manatee. He looked over the contestants and then at his ballot. The judge noticed Mabel was off to the side alone and asked Mabel to join the others. The other creatures felt very uneasy, but Mabel didn't. Hope anxiously waited and kept a smile with great confidence. Then the judge made his announcement. The winner of the Beauty of the Sea contest was Mabel the manatee. A first-place sash was draped over Mabel. The others sneered at the thought of a sea cow winning a beauty contest and swam away in disgust. But none of them got to wear the crown that day. "I am proud of you, Mabel," Hope said to the manatee. "You didn't allow others to discourage you." "There are two good lessons I have learned from this experience, Mabel," Hope said. "You can't win unless you have hope, and we're all beautiful in someone's eyes." Hope the Angelfish said goodbye to her new friend and began to swim away. She believed she was the one who had learned something precious that day. However, Mabel did too. Sometimes we all need a little hope, and the right friend and the right moment makes us all winners.
If you ever feel like you're alone, watch this story about a little friend I met. He was tossed about by the currents of life until he found a community of his own.
Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed, for wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. From the day Benny Barnacle was born, he had been on the move, not by choice, but by the currents of the ocean. Instead of feeling he was passing through life, he felt as if life was passing him by. He never got to know a friend. One day, Hope the Angelfish spotted the little barnacle passing by overhead and was curious. Barnacles were supposed to be attached to something. But Benny was different. He had no place to belong. He was a creature swept away without attachment to anything in life. Hope the Angelfish gave chase and followed Benny. Hope wondered how many others had seen the barnacle or even cared why it was a prisoner of the ocean current. I hope that strange fish is not chasing me, Benny thought with alarm. I can't swim. Hope sped up and spoke out. Do you need some help? I noticed you are all alone. The current suddenly ceased, and all was still. Hope drew closer to the little barnacle and felt sadness. Are you going to eat me? Benny asked. I am helpless and cannot move. Make it quick. Hope struck a broad smile. I'm not going to eat you. I have come to help you find a place to belong. Impossible, Benny said. Even if you did try to help, I cannot swim. Just leave me. Who cares? The barnacle came to rest on the ocean bottom. Hope followed and came closer. I promise you, I know of a perfect place, Hope told Benny. Benny wasn't sure. He wasn't sure what a promise was. The angelfish told of a tale of an old ship close by that was beaming with other barnacles. It was a community of light creatures, and all were said to be very welcoming. Benny was still not sure. Benny agreed to at least see what it was, and Hope the angelfish nudged the little barnacle by the tip of her nose. Suddenly, as Hope had said, an old shipwreck appeared. Benny grew excited. Now I'm releasing you to travel down to a place you belong, Hope said, as she watched Benny gently float down toward the ship. Benny had a look of uncertainty in his eyes, but that quickly went away as Benny saw the old wreck was covered with barnacles just like him, but in many different colors. They welcomed him and asked him to join their community. Benny attached himself to a railing up high so he could have the best view of all of his new friends. And for the first time in his life, he was attached to something. He belonged. He was a part of something great. Hope smiled and said farewell. Hope the angelfish swam off as the shipwreck began to glimmer. The old ship appeared to be covered with tiny, colorful twinkle lights. and Hope knew what it was. It was the glow of love and togetherness.
The brightest light can sometimes be found in the darkest depths, and not everything is as it seems. Watch the story about my new friend who shines like stars in the universe.
Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be, and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed, for wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. One day, Hope the Angelfish heard of a creature who lived in a deep and dark trench on the ocean floor. Without light, Hope wondered how anything could survive. She decided to journey there. It seemed everyone knew where the location was, but never ventured there. Hope was a little concerned, as she had heard stories of the creature, but knew not what it was. Some claimed it was a creature of fire, and it was said to cast off a blazing light. That would not stop Hope. Some claimed the creature was made of molten lava and glowed like a hot ember. This would not stop Hope either. Hope continued onward, but took one last look overhead at the light coming from above. She knew the place she was going to was deep, dark, and most of all, unknown. Hope entered a large, deep trench carved from the rock. It was dark, but a light waited up ahead. The angelfish could not see what it was, and she approached with caution. It wasn't a creature made of fire or even molten lava. It was a starfish. Hope wondered why the tiny starfish was all alone in this place. "Hello," the starfish said. "My name is David. You don't look like you are lost, so why have you come here?" Suddenly the starfish began to glow even brighter. Hope watched with curiosity as David the starfish began to shine. "I said, you don't look like you are lost," David repeated. "If you are not in need of finding your way home, why have you come here?" Hope smiled widely. "My name is Hope," she said. "I am not lost, but you look like you might be." David smiled back at Hope. He wasn't lost at all. "I am a light for all who are lost," the starfish explained. "I am never lost. You found me, didn't you?" David shined brightly once again, and Hope knew David had a purpose. Hope explained that she had heard stories about the creature in the trench, scary stories, and even stories that the creature was lonely. "I am never lonely," David said. "There are plenty who become lost every day. They always find me, and I show them the light, which leads them back home." Hope felt warmth upon her face. "I see you already carry a light with you," the starfish said. "I can see it." Hope the angelfish listened as the starfish explained that the light was upon her face and above her head as well. Hope looked up at the halo above her head. She knew what it stood for, but she didn't fully know the awesome power behind it. Suddenly, Hope's halo began to glow. It provided light, just as David was doing for others. "You know your way home," David said. Hope thanked the starfish, turned, and began to swim away. Perhaps part of Hope's purpose was to lead others home too. The angelfish headed out of the trench and bid farewell to David. When she had nearly reached the exit leading back out into the ocean, something miraculous happened. The starfish ceased to glow. David's light went dark. Hope's halo had assumed a bright light, enough to guide her in the right direction. As she swam out of the darkness and into the light, Hope discovered that this glow had been a part of her all along. She knew that behind her, in the darkness, the starfish had resumed its purpose of lighting the trench for all those who are truly lost. But Hope knew something else too. For whether it be the deepest trench or the darkest place, we all bear a light within that can help us and others find our way home.
What makes you special? What do you love doing? Is that something you can share? Let's see how one of my new friends learned to share an amazing gift of laughter.
Once upon a time there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be, and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed, for wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. One day Hope the Angelfish noticed that every creature that swam by her was giggling. She didn't know if they were laughing at her. That would be rude, Hope said to herself, but she dismissed it quickly. To be concerned about such things is nonsense. But it continued as she journeyed on her way. A hermit crab on the bottom of the ocean laughed aloud as Hope approached. The angelfish moved on. Hope encountered Mabel the manatee, and she was laughing too. Hope didn't let it get to her, and she journeyed on her way. Suddenly she came upon a shrimp who was laughing too big for its tiny size. "Why are you laughing?" Hope asked. "Because it was funny," the shrimp replied. It was an awkward situation, as humor is supposed to be a good thing. But Hope was suspicious. "What was funny?" Hope asked. "The joke Corky told," the shrimp replied. "Keep moving. Up ahead. You'll see." The shrimp swam off, leaving Hope to ponder it all. What is a corky? She asked herself. There was only one way to find out. Move ahead, as the shrimp had said. On her way, other creatures passed Hope, and they were laughing too. She had to discover what it was all about. And suddenly, she did. A clownfish wearing a tiny hat with a flower sticking from it approached Hope. "Want to hear a joke?" Corky the clownfish asked. "I have everyone laughing around here." "Sure," Hope responded. "I'd like to see what this is all about." "What do you have when a trout loves potato chips?" Corky asked. "I don't know," Hope replied. "What?" "Fish and chips," Corky said. Hope began to laugh, then turned the table on Corky. "I have one," she said. "What do you call a lobster with an ornery attitude?" "What?" Corky asked. "Crabby!" Corky laughed, then stopped suddenly. His smile turned to a frown. Hope wondered what was wrong. "Jokes are the one thing I am best at," Corky said. "Now you are doing it." "So how does that make me special?" "Because you have become my new best friend," Hope replied. "And that is no joke." Corky smiled. Then the two swam off together, knowing that humor is something precious and shared between friends.
Hi kids! Here's the story of how I first got my halo.
Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be, and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed, for wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. There was a time when Hope had little hope. She was very young and had not yet been blessed with a halo above her head. Hope felt lost. Angels have halos. Why not angelfish? She thought. And she thought about it a lot. The sun filtering through the water created illusions, and little Hope began to see halos everywhere but above her head. She would even chase them, believing she would catch one. But little Hope never did. So she ventured to pay Sigmund the clam a visit. Sigmund knew much about ocean mysteries, for he was old and very wise. "What's troubling you, little Hope?" Sigmund asked the angelfish. "You look sad." The look in her eyes told it all. "I am bewildered," Hope responded. She wasn't unhappy, just curious as to why she had no halo. "It's not because you are not worthy of a halo," Sigmund told her. "You must be patient, Hope. You'll get your halo," he added, "but only when you put the thought aside. It is with patience that blessings come our way." Hope nodded with recognition. "When you stop waiting and thinking about it, your halo will appear," the clam added. "Gifts come unexpectedly. You cannot force a true gift." Hope swam off and understood. She put the thought out of her mind. Blessings are gifts from God, and gifts surprise us. They appear when we do not expect them. With peace in her heart, suddenly a light appeared from above. Hope glanced up. Her surroundings grew dark. But Hope was not afraid, for she knew God's promise that after darkness comes light. A heavenly light pierced the darkness and shined upon Hope's face. She felt a warming love surround her. Then a halo appeared above her head. She looked brightly on it, and indeed it was a surprise. The angelfish took on a glow. Happiness and purpose became her. It was a glow that Sigmund the clam witnessed as the angelfish swam nearby. "Good things come to those who wait," the clam whispered. The years have gone by, and Hope still journeys with her halo. Now a young adult, Hope rarely recalls the time she was without it. But Sigmund the clam remembers. He still sees Hope swim by, and they exchange greetings. "Nice halo," Sigmund says as the angelfish passes. Hope smiles. Sigmund knew something Hope didn't. Gifts from our Creator come through patience. Even when a blessing is deserved, God wants to surprise us. And when we are patient and witness a blessing, we become a gift to everyone we meet.
Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish, for she had wings where fins should be, and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed. For wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. We journey alone, but have someone beside. We all have a friend who is close but hides. We all have an angel to watch over us, someone to love and someone to trust. No matter how large, no matter how small, there is an angel who watches us all. Sometimes the angel is the shape of a fish. God answers each prayer and hears every wish. No matter how strange or what shape we take, we all have a Savior we can never forsake. Sometimes life moves fast racing by, but our guardian angel is near to our side. Always unseen, but there for our call, we are never alone, there's an angel for all. Oysters with pearls and clams shut so tight, we all have an angel, it makes us feel right. Snails and shells and sizes they are, our guardian angel is never too far. Gadgets and vessels and exploring machines, there's always a watcher, even if they're unseen. Always close by to keep us on track, always near us, watching our back. Just when you feel you are alone, a guardian angel will lead you back home. With you in times from riches to broke, a guardian is loyal, and that is no joke. Even the grumpy have an angel, you know. It may hide more often, but you're still not alone. From shark to blowfish to octopus or snail, your guardian fish is right on your tail. God has a great love for us one and all, no matter how big and no matter how small. An angelfish proud to be by your side, but he's not alone if you let him inside. A companion he is, unseen and unheard, but you understand without a word. For you know he is there, and always close by, no matter the journey, near, far, or wide. We all have an angel that was sent from above. You are never alone, and you will always be loved.
Hope the Angelfish in Clown Gives a Frown, written and illustrated by Kevin Collier. Once upon a time, there was a little angelfish named Hope. She lived in a vast ocean, deep and wide. Her appearance was not like that of other fish. She had wings where her fin should be and a halo over her head. Though strangely out of place, Hope made friends wherever she journeyed. For wherever she ventured, she inspired others and fostered blessings. One day, Hope the Angelfish noticed that every creature that swam by her was giggling. She didn't know if they were laughing at her. That would be rude, Hope said to herself, but she dismissed it quickly. To be concerned about such things is nonsense. But it continued as she journeyed on her way. A hermit crab on the ocean bottom laughed aloud as Hope approached. The angelfish moved on. Hope encountered Mabel the manatee. She was laughing too. Hope didn't let it get to her, and she journeyed on her way. Suddenly, she came upon a shrimp who was laughing way too big for its tiny size. "Why are you laughing?" Hope asked. "Because it was funny," the shrimp replied. It was an awkward situation, as humor is supposed to be a good thing. But Hope was suspicious. "What was funny?" Hope asked. The joke that Corky told, the shrimp replied. Keep moving ahead. You'll see. The shrimp swam off, leaving Hope to ponder it all. What's a corky? She asked herself. There's only one way to find out. Move ahead, as the shrimp had said. On her way, other creatures passed Hope. They were laughing too. She had to discover what all this was about. And suddenly, she did. A clownfish wearing a tiny hat with a flower sticking from it approached Hope. Want to hear a joke? Corky the clownfish asked. I have everyone laughing around here. Sure, Hope responded. I'd like to know what all this is about. What do you have when a trout loves potato chips? Corky asked. I don't know, Hope replied. What? Fish and chips, Corky said. Hope began to laugh. Then she turned the tables on Corky. I have one, she said. What do you call a lobster with an ornery attitude? What? Corky asked. Crabby. Corky laughed and then stopped suddenly. His smile turned to a frown. Hope wondered what was wrong. Jokes are the one thing I'm best at, Corky said, and now you're doing it. How does that make me special? Because you've become my new best friend, Hope replied, and that is no joke. Corky smiled. The two swam off together, knowing that humor is something precious shared between friends.
Bye, kids. See you next time. And don't forget, Jesus loves you and I love you.